Hey guys, Steve here from My Crypto World. Welcome to another episode. It's been 4 weeks since my last video upload due to the fact that I was without a home for about 4 weeks while we had some major works done here. So back on deck now, and let's have a look and see what's been happening right after this. Okay, so just having a look at Coin360 at the moment, we can see that as of today, for today, the market is pretty much in the red, so it's having a bit of a down day. That's despite the uprise we've had over the last 4 weeks, which has been very, very strong. What goes up must come down eventually, and today seems to be one of those days where the market is taking a pause or going in the opposite direction. So pretty much everything on the greens on the screen there is in the red. Some are in the dark red, like Ethereum, Dodge and DOT, which is Polkadot. A couple of the light reds there, and there are only a very few green ones for the day. Holo being one of those, just over here in the top corner there, you can see HOT, which is one of the coins we hold in our portfolio. Which is pretty good. Let's go and have a look at the cryptocurrency charts and see where things have been for the last 7 days, and we can even go back as far as 30 days here. So top coin obviously is still Bitcoin at the moment. That is a coin that we hold in our portfolio if you're following my portfolio directly. Down 1.83% for the last 24 hours, up 10% for the last 7 days roughly, and actually over the last month it's up a whopping 28%, which is really good. Ethereum is very similar, up 15% for the last 7 days and up 37% for the last month. Tether, it's about the same. I mean, that's a stable coin. Nobody really cares about that. Cardano is in our portfolio that we hold. That's up $7.4% for the last 7 days, and over the last month up 5.66%. XRP, which is Ripple, up 8.17% for the last 7 days, or up 23% if you had purchased that recently and added that to your portfolio, either for the first time or maybe you might have been dollar cost averaging in there. Either way, if you bought it 30 days ago, you've made a nice 23% return over the last 30 days. Let's just have a quick sneak peek at some of the other ones that we hold and that we've spoken about in the portfolio. Polkadot is one, up a nice 24% since my last video. Bitcoin Cash up 10%. Solana, which is one we bought recently, up a nice 12%, so that's not too bad for, I think we've held that now for 2 weeks. Chainlink up 23%. Polygon up 3%. Stellar up 16%. Theta up 5.59%, which is good, actually up nearly 10% for the last 7 days. It's good to see that coin coming back. We'll go into some more details about Theta in a moment. What else is there that we've got in our portfolios here? Shiba Inu, some of you got into that one, others chose not to. Up relatively not at all. Down about 7.48% for the month. Tezos, we got into Tezos. I actually got out of this. For those that have been following me long enough know that we bought into Tezos around about 18 months ago. Probably got out of it maybe 6 months ago, but that's not looking too bad for those that have continued to hold that. I think that's probably it. Anybody else, if there's any coins in your portfolio that you currently hold that I don't cover off on, you can certainly go to coinmarketcap.com and have a look at how your coins are faring. Zilliqa is another one, ZIL. That's up a nice 18.64% over the last 30 days. Ontology, there's another one there that's up 29%, which is a great return for the last 30 days. It's good to see that one coming back actually. Digibyte, we'll go into a little bit more about Digibyte, but Digibyte's actually on the move. That's at 27%. I said, I don't know if it was my last video or a couple before that I felt that Digibyte was one of the biggest underrated coins on the market at the moment. I still feel that way, but I do believe things are changing there and more people are becoming aware of DigiByte and what they're up to. T-Fuel down 17.4% for the entire month. Not too sure what's going on with T-Fuel there. Some people are staking their T-Fuel. Others are staking Theta and getting rewarded in T-Fuel. So I'm not too sure why that is dropping. But the main coin there being Theta is certainly increasing a lot too. Hollow's another one that we've got in our portfolio. Now that's up nearly 40% in the last 30 days. 31% of that has been done in the last 7 days. So some big things happening with Hollow there, obviously being recognised, and people are jumping on board that great project as well. I'm vaguely aware that my video is being playing up prior to me trying to record this. I've had all sorts of trouble, so you'll have to forgive the flickering on the screen. It was doing it last time. I thought I fixed that issue, but obviously not. I'll try and have it sorted out by the next video. Okay, let's have a look at the total market cap again. Now, many of you are familiar with this chart. We've been using this chart really since around about here, since around about the start of 2021, where I've been overlaying cycles. For those that haven't seen any of the other videos, the previous ones, please go back and have a look at that. You'll know that I feel that the market, and not just feel, but obviously with looking at history, this market, the total crypto market, tends to work on a 31-day cycle. Sometimes those cycles are expanded, they go for longer than 31 days. Sometimes they're retracted, they go for shorter than 31 days. But if you averaged it all out, 31 days is the cycle path we're looking at the moment. And pretty much where the lows happen in each point in time is where the cycle ends and a new one commences. Now, our market for the last cycle, we said it was going to be 31 days. It actually finished on day 28 of that cycle and has moved up strongly since then. We're now currently on day 20 of a 31-day cycle. So we're certainly over the halfway mark, which is really good. And if you remember when I spoke to you in my last video, we spoke about the cycle lengths having cycles within cycles. So this 30-day cycle has 3 10-day cycles within it. And when you're going through a cycle, or when you're seeing a cycle develop over time, you really want to see the peak happen after the halfway mark of that cycle. So from day 15 onwards is a very strong sign that we're in a bullish trend. And at the moment it looks like it's falling in the last third of that cycle. So we hit day 19, that was our peak here. We're currently trading day 20. If that is the peak for this cycle, I would be very happy with that and very comfortable with it, which means if the market went down a little bit or sideways for the remainder of the cycle, I wouldn't be too necessarily upset with that type of run at all, especially considering the fall that it's had over the last couple of months, really since around about April, May. So all in all, it's looking very, very strong, which is good to see. Let's go and have a look at some specific coins. First of all, we'll go to Theta. We can see here that on the Theta network, so if you just go to thetatoken.org, the edge nodes, we've got 133,109 edge nodes running around the world. We've got 3,633 Guardian nodes, and we've got 16 enterprise validator nodes. For those of you that are aware, you can stake and turn your computer into a Theta, kind of like a Theta hub, where the Theta network can draw on your CPU power and bandwidth, unused bandwidth, to join the Theta community and to become part of a pretty much worldwide computer system that helps video streaming and a few other things happen as well. You can zoom in on any of these. Let's go to Australia, where we are. Australia and New Zealand, that was. Let's have a look here. So we've got 16 Guardian nodes operating within the Melbourne area, and there is a yellow one behind that. Oh, I don't know how many that is, but how many edge nodes we have operating in Melbourne. You can see quite a few, of which my computer would be one of those. And for those that just don't quite understand it, what you're essentially doing is you're downloading an app. You can install that app and run it whenever you like. I tend to not run it all the time when I'm doing things like this during the day, but certainly at night time that app runs while I sleep, and that joins every other and connects with every other CPU that's on the Theta network. overnight, and we can stream globally videos. We can do computer computations, all sorts of crazy things that are really essentially what Theta have done is build the world's largest network computer system, which is really, really good. It's, quite exciting to be part of that. Now let's have a look at Theta. The Theta price, this is in US, $6.88 at the moment. 65.9% of people who own Theta are staking it, which means they are locking their Theta tokens away and they're investing them back into the blockchain network, which means you cannot sell or buy them. So we've only got 35% of available Theta tokens out in the marketplace at the moment. T-Fuel isn't too far behind. That current price is 30 cents. In Australia it's about 40 cents at the moment, but 30 cents US. It does again tell you how many elite edge nodes there are, and there's 42% of all T-Fuel tokens are being staked at the moment and reinvested into the blockchain network. I have been asked a number of times, how does the wallet work? How does the Theta wallet work? How does the staking work? I thought I'd just bring it up and show you. So there are two parts to the Theta edge node. The first part is your edge cache. Now your edge cache, basically what that does is it relays data or video from one person to another. So in my case, at night when I'm not using the computer, it would relay video data from myself or through my computer or my network unused bandwidth through to a viewer. And that could be anything they want to watch. It could be something on NGM, it could be on something on Theta TV, all sorts of different things can be streamed. Your edge compute is a little bit different. That's where your computer CPU joins the rest of the CPUs around the globe that are tied through this protocol. And it turns your computer makes it part of a super worldwide computer where you can do the computers can do a lot of algorithms, a lot of number crunching. It enables parallel processing to happen as well. So it works really well. So you can see up here at the moment, I've got pending edge earnings, which means I've got 3.9593 Theta tokens ready to be distributed to my wallet when those jobs are completed. I'm doing an edge compute job at the moment. It is running very low. I've turned it on to the lowest setting possible. And you can see it's got an hour and 44 minutes left before that job is completed. Once that job's completed, then that allocation of coin gets distributed into my ledger, and then I can't remember when, but I think it's once or twice a month that gets paid out into my Theta wallet, which I've created online. Now somebody did message me and wondering how much T-Fuel I've actually made by doing this. So I've really been part of this edge node just before it went to mainnet 3.0, which wasn't really paying a lot then. So all in all, I've been in the system now under mainnet 3.0 for just on 5 weeks, and in 5 weeks I've probably earned around about $400 to $600 US. That's paid out in T-Fuel, and then I can claim that T-Fuel back, put it into my wallet that I use to buy and swap and sell coins with, and sell that back to the market if I want to. At the moment I'm not, I'm just hanging on to the T-Fuel, but from a dollar perspective, if I wanted to sell it, that's what it would be worth roughly. Okay, let's get rid of that. And let's go and have a look at some other coins that have happened that we've spoken about in the past. Sorry. Let's go to Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so this is one that I get asked a bit about because I did mention in a few videos ago that Bitcoin Cash payments have outsurpassed Bitcoin payments. And people were interested in my views on that, on where I think the market might be going, or the Bitcoin Cash market might be going. I'll just move my video there. So the latest news is, or the latest rumor is that Amazon is going to start taking digital payments through its online stores. Those digital payments will include, as far as we're aware, is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. and don't rule out the option for Amazon to create their own coin for this as well. Again, this is just all rumor on the market at the moment. It may or may not be true. I probably kind of think that it is going to be more likely to be true. Amazon would be crazy if they didn't get into and start tapping into the crypto markets for a payment system, which is really good. A lot of chit chatter out in the universe, the Twitterverse really, about what this means for Bitcoin Cash. Some are predicting that by 2025, which sounds like ages away, but it's really only 4 and a bit years, not even that, 3 and a bit years. That Bitcoin Cash could be anywhere between $180,000 and $250,000 per coin, which in 5 years' time, that's certainly very possible. So that's some interesting news on Bitcoin. Digibyte. Now, Digibyte, some people have criticized me for recommending Digibyte. Remember, everything I say is really my own investment opinion. You've got to do your own research and have a look at these things for yourself. If it doesn't feel right, then please don't go and invest into it. I've got some people who will follow my portfolio to the T. They're duplicating everything I do. You don't need to go and do that. But if you want to, this is what I'm looking at. So Digibyte at the moment has moved up very nicely. There was a article put out through Twitter from, now let me find my, I thought I had it up here. Maybe I don't have it up here. It doesn't matter. It was from the Vice Chairman and Secretary, Rudy Bellman, who tweeted that pretty much that Digibyte had been working very quietly under the radar for quite a long time, which we all knew and I'd spoken about previously, but that in 8 weeks' time it would be revealed the projects that Digibyte have been working on. So that tweet came out about 4 weeks ago. It might have been the week that I actually packed my office up before leaving, and it must have been around about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So really what we're looking at is by the end of September, the start or mid of September, something like that, Digibyte, I believe, will be coming out with major announcements about what their projects are looking like. Maybe might be do something with the contracts that they hold, or some exciting news regarding that. So again, for those that haven't bought Digibyte yet, I would still highly consider it if it's an option for you. At the moment, it's around about 5 cents US, so incredibly good value. Actually, one good thing about this tradingview.com is you can go down and have a look at the market sentiment. Now, it's off screen at the moment, but you can see here that there's a strong indication to buy at the moment. You can go through to more technical analytical details there on each stock and crypto. But the market sentiment for Digibyte at this point in time is quite strong. Now, the other one I mentioned in my group, for those that are part of my private investors group, we have a chat forum, and I just mentioned to everyone out there, I've been messaging them while I've been away, just saying that I was looking at some other coins and considering other ones to invest into. One of those was VRA, Veracity. Now, VRA do proof of viewership, which I think is incredibly important in this marketplace. Now, when I mentioned that to my group, which was about 7 days ago, it was trading at 1 cent. My gut feel it'll move before the end of this year to between 10 and 20 cents. So still got a 10x move ahead of it. In saying that, though, in the last week, if you were lucky enough to buy into it then, it's already moved from 1 cent to 2.2 cents. So it's already doubled in value in the last 7 days, which is terrific. Now, proof of viewership, why is that important? Just think of all of the RTOs, so the registered training organisations around the world, that need to have proof that their students have been watching and have watched the videos, their training videos, all the way through to the end. That's incredibly important. So we've really gone from a classroom environment where people would obviously go to universities, lecturer halls, TAFEs, colleges, all that sort of stuff, to a world where we've realised we can do 90% of this digitally, and people can do things from the comfort of their own home. As some people will know, I'm certainly one of them, when you do a training video, often you are you're not there with a trainer, you've logged on, you've got a certain link, you're sitting down and you're taking notes and you're pushing play and you're listening to somebody who's done a pre-recorded video of the training they need to instill in you. And your job is to sit there and take notes and be diligent, but there's nothing to stop you from going up and getting a cup of coffee, going out and mowing the lawns, going and grocery shopping during the day, and then coming back 2 or 3 hours later, the video is just about to end, you click OK, and from their end they can see that you watched the video all the way through. So that creates a challenge for the people who are promising these courses and wanting to deliver high-end results, especially if people fail those courses and they want to go and sue the lecturer or the university saying that they didn't get the quality education that they believed they should have. Well, proof of viewership changes all of that. The way it essentially works is you might have a 45-minute lecture you have to watch, and throughout that video there'll be certain things that you need to do, like a little bell you need to click on as an icon, or do something interactive with the video to show to the university, who really aren't there, they're just sort of streaming this stuff, but they're tick boxes along the way for them to see that at the 3-minute mark you are actually present because you clicked on a certain box. At the 10 minute and 27 second mark, you were there because you clicked on a bell icon that might have appeared on the screen. So it's telling the servers that they're running these videos that you are in fact in front of the screen, and therefore you are watching and engaged with the program. So from a traineeship point of view, this is a game changer. And remember what I said all the way along, we want to invest in things that are going to make things easier or are going to make game-changing results for a certain sector. And I just think that VRA with this type of technology will absolutely change the way online learning is done. It'll make it more, won't make it more secure, it'll make it more valuable. You'll be able to prove without a doubt that you've actually sat down and done the work and done the training that you need to do, rather than just trying to wing it, which a lot of people, let's face it, do in these busy times. So what else do I want to talk about here? I think also the other thing to mention is it's very interesting on a lot of the news feeds that around about 50% of people now are requesting that their financial planners build some type of digital assets into their mainstream portfolios. So there is a huge call out for digital assets at the moment. It still hasn't been adopted worldwidely as big as what I would have thought by now. Just goes to show you that some people, not that they're afraid, but maybe they're a little bit slow to take it up, they're a little bit hesitant, or their financial planners they're really not geared up to do this sort of investing. But there is a big push from the consumer market to the professional market for the professionals to really get their act into gear and start offering digital assets as part of their overall portfolio. So that's really interesting too, because obviously the more people that invest into this type of asset, the better it is for us as well, as early adopters into the marketplace. I think I'll leave it there. First video back in 4 weeks. What I will do next week, I'm going to do a full portfolio review. I know I did one about 6 weeks ago. I'm due just for another one now, and the fact that I've been offline for so long. Thanks to everyone who's sending me through messages and questions. Keep them coming. I encourage you to ask the questions. Everyone's asking me the questions privately, which of course I'll take. But I also encourage you to invest. I do encourage you to invest. Also encourage you to email them through to the chat group if you're part of my private investors group, so that everyone else can also see your question. If you do send me something privately, I'll never let anyone else know that private question you've asked me. I'm happy to help you through that. But really, if we can share a little bit more in the group, people will get a sense that they're not alone as well, and chances are they also had that question on their mind but might have been too worried to ask. So next week we'll do a full portfolio review, and I'll give you an estimate of where I think the portfolio will be, or each individual coin will be, by the end of the year. I have toned down my predictions a little bit. That's not a bad thing or a good thing, it just is, but it's still looking very healthy for the end of the year. That's it from me. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Take care.